Hi friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the February faves and fails. This month, oh boy, do we have a lot to dive into. Absolutely, we have a ton of makeup in front of me. Some good, some not so good, some amazing. And there are some things in here that I'm gonna give another try to because you guys have asked me to, so definitely stay tuned to hear about that. Also, I've got some super duper exciting lifestyle pieces I'm gonna talk about in just a little bit. And a lot of you guys have been asking me on Instagram, and if you don't follow me there, you can follow me right here. Because some of you guys have asked me how I have been losing some weight, because I mentioned on Instagram I've lost about 6 to 8 pounds as of the time of filming this since mid-January, and I have no codes, no coupons. This is just truly something I am using, so I wanted to share that if that's something that you're focusing on right now as well. So we have a lot to dive into. Also, I love to give shout outs in these videos because honestly, you guys are my favorite part of the month. Every month, I love shouting you guys out because it's like, this is our chatty girl time. This is one of my favorite videos to do. So, as always, grab your tea, grab your kombucha, grab your snacks, get comfy, because I really have no idea how long this video is going to be. I have so much stuff in front of me. I'm really excited to talk about it. Cheers! If you want, I could put my kombucha in a wine glass. I know a lot of you guys like it when I have a wine glass because it's like we're just kind of having a drink together and chatting away. Do you want me to do that? Let me just do it real quick. This is really a kombucha that I have become obsessed with. It tastes more like a green tea. I love it. I've been drinking it a lot lately. Okay, we can pretend it's a white wine if you want. Let's get fancy. Now, I really prefer to start off these videos on a high, on a positive note. And if you've been with my channel for any length of time and you have heard me talk about some of the skincare that I can't shut up about over like the past 4 years, you will fangirl with me and get just as excited as me. So I have to start it with telling you, Peach and Lily DM'd me. I couldn't believe it. I tag them so often. I mean, really what this proves is if you do enough stalking on a brand, eventually they have to knuckle under and admit you exist, right? I've talked about Peach and Lily for so many years because, gosh, it had to have been 4 years ago that I did get the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Refining Serum. It's something I have loved for years, raved about, ongoing. It's been a long time love affair. This is not new if you are not new and you didn't know that. But if you're new, now you know I'm obsessed. So I've talked about this a lot. They reached out to me on Instagram and they were like, hey girl, we really appreciate how much you do talk about our products. So they stalked me back a little bit, which I'm totally fine with. And they did want to send me just a few things, just in PR. There's no ulterior motive for them really, other than they know I love their brand and wanted to give me some more things to try. So that's what I have been doing behind the scenes. And I've got some updates for you because there's even a makeup piece in here that I have been pretty conscious to use every single morning, and I used it today as well. First, it was really awesome that they did give me a backup of my favorite thing because they know I don't stop, talking about it. So you guys probably knew the Glass Skin Refining Serum was absolutely going to be top of mind when I was bringing this up, but they also sent me their blurring primer. And girl, you know I could not wait to try this with my makeup. This is their Skin Shield Blurring Primer, and this stuff is something I have been dying to use. It's supposed to protect, it's supposed to smooth, it's supposed to be your skin's new bodyguard according to the very first line on the back of this bottle. Powerfully protect while refining and blurring without a drop of silicone. There's no silicone in this. It's vegan, it's cruelty-free. I could not wait to use this, and I have been using this now, I want to say for at least 2 weeks. I kind of just put it up in those front areas. Well, maybe it doesn't totally fill pores like a Tarte pore filling primer because, it's not supposed to. This stuff has been so great. I have been using a variety of complexion products, from thicker foundations to medium to skin tints, and this has worked great with all of them. And I will say it could be a combination of using good skincare for so long, but also using this. I don't notice the, do you know what I mean when I say like that orange peel skin? I notice that way less. I don't have on any of my putty Tarte pore filling primers on at all today. I only have this on, and this is mostly what I've been using. And I do not have on a really thick foundation at all, but you can see that it looks really smooth. It looks really nice. I have been enjoying this a ton. Now, I haven't done like a face off or anything of like half of it with more of a putty filling, smoothing primer base kind of thing. I haven't like done a halvesy face of it all to kind of compare, but I kind of don't feel like I've needed to because I think it looks so nice. And I've had other smoothing primers that claim to do the same thing and don't really. Now, I'm not saying I don't see a single pore on my face because I'm not a machine. I'm still a woman. I still have pores. I'm human. But considering this has no silicones in it, I am so impressed with how my bossy upfront pores look. My nose, my forehead. I've got trouble spots and I know where to go and suss that out even midway through the day. I'm really, really enjoying this. And I'm so grateful that Peach and Lily just started acknowledging my stalking and love of them. So I feel like now we're friends. Peach and Lily and I, we're friends, you know? We're Instagram friends. Send each other gifts. It's great. Another thing that I have been using a ton of, and it came at a perfect time because I do have an empty to share with you, but I love a good cleanser. I love something that's not going to strip my skin. It's not going to break me out. And Peach and Lily does have a cleanser that I was really excited to get to try. This is the Power Calm Gel Cleanser. It's a deep cleanse, but it's also soothing. It doesn't strip. It's got some chamomile in it. I don't feel like it's overly hydrating and I don't feel like it's overly drying. For me, this is something that I have used pretty regularly and you don't need as much. Like, I'll tell you, the first few times I went into it, I kind of have a couple other things that I feel like I need to like really squeeze it out and get a decent amount on my hands. This one, you truly only need a dime size amount because a little bit will do ya. And the first few nights I was like, oh, back off. You're wasting the product. Don't waste the product. It lathers really nicely. I feel like this goes on so well. Doesn't strip your skin when you are washing it off, but it does get off the makeup. And this has been one of the main things I've been going to even after a full face of makeup or a natural day. And it gets all of it off. And there are days that I have been trying some different complexion products like I mentioned, and it gets it all off. I haven't been breaking out. I haven't been seeing any issues. And there's another piece in here that I can't wait to tell you about that I've been using as skincare every single morning and then occasionally in the evenings. And I think my skin's brightened, but I think this is actually helping with it as well. Because you guys know, if you've heard me talk about it, couldn't find it at first, the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Refighting Serum. This is amazing brightener. This will even out tones. If I'm trying a bunch of stuff from subscription boxes and I'm like, oh, I'm having breakouts, or oh, my skin's looking just more tired, more rough, if I go back to this, I always have a reset. So I really feel like these are all working well together because I've been using some of these for so long. You know what I mean? I have been using this spot treatment every single night, and I am noticing a difference right through here on my bare skin. This is the Peach and Lily Transparen-C Spot Treatment. This really stumped me at first, but I was super excited to try it. So the packaging is a little unique compared to some of their other things. You can see the button right up top. And now when you open it up, that's the syringe. So you just press the button, you get some product, and then you put it on your skin. And this is a little bit runny, but it has a thicker consistency to it than I was anticipating. So it does feel a little oily on your skin, but it so quickly absorbs that I have to tell you, my skin has not had one breakout. And I have been focusing this every night for a minimum of 2 weeks. I also kind of just take whatever's left on my fingers, just the residue, put it up on my forehead and then down on my chin. I just got it there. So if you see a little shininess, that's my own fault. And I just think my skin has started to look really even. I do have some spots. Now this is a spot treatment. I've just been noticing some little, what are they called? Those little red spots on your skin. I know I've got some estheticians in the audience. So what are those little red scaly looking skin things? I have noticed those, and having used this again just for 2 weeks so far, I'm seeing a big difference. But also my nose tends to be the thing on my face that throughout childhood would kind of burn, would get really red. So that's why I kind of aim a lot of the skincare also to those targeted areas to try to, not that we have a time clock to kind of like undo things, but I just really want to see if I could just magic wand that a bit away. And this whole area on me, my freckle zone, is looking really good. So I do attribute some of that to this spot treatment and those red bumps, those not bumps, they're just like red little patches here, and I've got one over here, have really lightened so far. Because what this says it's doing is this powerful 20% vitamin C spot treatment leaves dark spots, hyperpigmentation. That's what it is. I should have just read the bottle. And scarring looking brighter and even toned and more transparent. I think that's what's really working in those areas for me. Also has some vitamin E boost for brightening effects. And then the dark spots also start to look erased without irritation thanks to the soothing chamomile and licorice in here. Ideal for even the most sensitive skin. And I can tell you, I have very sensitive skin. I have big pores. I'm also oily. I was kind of concerned when I was putting on this product. I was like, what if I get too oily? What if I start having breakouts? I have not, and I'm really pleased with it, but I really love the Peach and Lily line, so I'm so grateful that I've gotten to try even more to see how my skin reacts, because it has been pretty chilly here, even though now I'm in a tank top in Florida. It's definitely warming up, but my skin has still been kind of like going through the effects, and I am still in menopause. It's something I tend to forget sometimes, but it's true. My skin will have reactions, so I'm so grateful that all of the Peach and Lily line has also been so helpful in like combination with each other. They also sent me something that I already have, but I'm glad to have a backup. This is the Wild Dew Treatment Essence from them. This is something that also you can use to really help enhance the rest of your skincare. So I am so grateful that Peach and Lily noticed my stocking and sent me some more goodies to rave about. I feel like I need to tell you an empty, so clearly this is also a favorite, but I think it was a really big favorite of Adam's. I loved it a lot, but I feel like Adam kind of bogarted it, and I did get a lot of cleansers over the past few months that I wanted to try and compare, but this has been so good for our skin in the winter. This is the Kate Sommerville Goat Milk Cleanser. This is something that Adam really enjoyed. He liked how his skin felt after and during the face wash. It's a moisturizing cleanser, but it's not overwhelming for people with oily skin, and he and I both have oily skin. No breakouts. I mean, this sucker is totally empty. I actually found it sitting on top of the sink still, and I was like, why is it still, like, and I went to go use it, and I was like, it's empty. Why is it still here? And he's like, well, in case you know it's in the Boxycharm add-ons or anything, you can know we're out, and I would like more. We have so many cleansers. He still wants another one of these. So before I got rid of it, I needed to tell you as an empty, this is something that he and I both really enjoy. Okay, so I really do have to get into a complexion product that I have really, really liked. I have worn this alone, and then I've worn it or paired it with a thicker, higher coverage foundation, and I have found that this works so well. This is something that's a new line at Sephora. This is the new Caliray Freedreaming Skin Wellness Diffusing Tint. It's got a little longer of a name, but it's a really, really nice skin tint. You do shake these up, which is something I guess I don't think to do all the time, but I like that it says shake well because I do notice a difference. The way I prefer to use these though is applying it directly on my sponge or my brush. I have a brush that I really like, my Merit brush goes really well with this, or a sponge. I apply it directly on there and then press it into my skin, and it is a very natural yet beautiful coverage skin tint. I do believe I've talked about this brand before on my channel. They were really kind enough to send these to me to try. This is a clean line, which again kind of shocks me because a lot of the clean brands out there aren't always the best at giving you maybe some coverage or making your skin look nice throughout the day. But this has really worked well. This is a little bit pricier. Like I said, it's at Sephora for $39. But I'm really excited to use this more this spring and this summer. And I have been pairing it, like I said, either alone or with a more medium coverage-ish foundation. And I'm super pleased with how it lays on my skin, how it doesn't get too shiny, how I've not had any breakouts. I don't look like a grease ball through the day. I really have been liking these a lot, and I find myself grabbing for them more and more, which is why for like the overall month of February, I definitely needed to mention these. It's supposed to minimize pores imperfection, hydrate, and blur. And I mean, yeah, again, I've been using some really nice primers, but I would have to agree that it definitely just looks like my skin, but maybe with one of those Instagram filters on it that's not really a filter because it's actually my face. I've loved this a lot, so I really wanted to, I know I've mentioned them before, but wanted to mention again, I'm finding myself pulling these back out. Okay, I feel like I need to get into a fail, or then the fails tend to be kind of like one of the last things, and that's never fun. You guys pointed out to me when I was not loving this combination in a recent Boxycharm video, the eyeshadow palette and the eyeshadow primer. I thought the eyeshadow primer was fine at first because the matte shadows from this palette went on really well, but when I got to the shimmers, that's when I got the thumbnail that was just like I had so much makeup all over my face from this palette. But a lot of you guys let me know after doing your own research and on your own due diligence that the eyeshadow primer is actually a big bad bummer because it did this for a lot of people. So now I kind of gotta rewind a little bit and try a palette again that I don't think I love, but I'm willing to give another go because you guys had let me know about it. So getting into both of these right now because they're both kind of fails for me currently. This is the Moonlit Primed for the Night primer. I mean, I really liked the concept of this whole thing. I love the packaging. I thought it was super cute. Also, the only other eye primer I have right now is the Alamar. That's a squeezy tube, so I really liked that this had a doe foot applicator. It is very thin though, as you can see. I just applied some to my hand and I have to apply more on the same spot. It is very thin, and I didn't really, you know, it kind of sits there on your skin. It doesn't really do much. It still feels pretty slick and wet, but I didn't think much of it because the matte shadows from this Complex Culture Future So Bright eyeshadow palette, the mattes applied beautifully. It was the shimmer shadows that really did me dirty, literally dirty all over my face. So I thought this was fine, and I thought the mattes were good, but now I'm hearing a lot of people, other YouTubers, yourself, other reviews, were not loving this. And if you missed my recent Boxycharm video where I did go through the deep dives, I'm going to link that above for you because I just did that one on Thursday. They're a little extra spoiler video for you. And now this. And now I was like, okay, I still don't think I love this. I'm not a huge fan of this color story. I feel like it's a little limiting and I'm going to need to pull out another palette, but it's not that small of a palette that I feel like maybe that's justified all the time. So I just feel like I need to give this a little bit more of a go, although it's very dusty and I think I just inhaled some of it. Take a sip. I did use some of these matte shadows again without that primer just to see how those did. And again, I thought the mattes were fine. So I'll try the shimmers again, I guess, and do it without this primer and go from there. But a lot of people were saying this primer did everyone dirty. So, and I've honestly not played with it again since that video, so maybe I'll just get rid of this too. So, did you like this palette if you tried it? All right, I didn't like the fact that we're getting Ipsy in Boxycharm boxes. If you did not know and you are a subscription lover, or if you didn't and you're thinking about getting into it, Complex Culture is the Ipsy brand, their makeup brand, and now we're seeing it overlap into Boxycharm, and I'm seeing a lot of pushback on that from a lot of subscribers. So we're like, we don't want, are you guys merging into one box? Because if not, stop it. Church and state, separate. We don't need to see this in a Boxycharm. So I wasn't loving this anyway, and a lot of you guys are telling me this did not go over well with a bunch of people who tried it. So not good. Not good. Can I tell you about some stuff I love now? Because, oh my gosh, last Sunday I uploaded a video that not a ton of people as of this moment have seen because it is a little different and I am branching out with different types of videos, and I get that sometimes you're like, it's not a Boxycharm video, I'll watch that video later. I have to tell you, I have found so many holy grail products from the AOA Studio line, which is Shop Miss A's personal line, that is cruelty-free and really inexpensive, like $1 or a little under $2 depending on what you're getting. I have to tell you, this is not sponsored. This is just me telling you after that video and continuing to use certain products, I cannot stop with so many of their products. If you are a babe on a budget, if you are a babe that's like, oh, you know what, I'm kind of getting away from subscription boxes, I'm kind of trying to save some money, but I still like to try new things, I'm just gonna tell you, I get no like financial gain from telling you this. Please go try some of the AOA Studio line if you enjoy makeup a similar way to me. Like this AOA Studio Perfect powder, this is the beige shade. I have used this every single morning since I got it. I'm not saying this has replaced my CoverGirl Advanced Radiance powder, but this is the one I've been going to instead of it. Doesn't mean it's gonna like replace it long term, but it's probably been a week and a half, and this is the powder I reach for with a little brush here to tap into, go under the eyes, down the nose, all over the face after doing my complexion products, foundations, primers, concealers, all the things, and this has lasted so well. It gives you just enough coverage and it's super creamy that it goes all over. I could see me leaving one of these in my handbag, having one here in my beauty space, and it's $1. It's $1. Their primer has also been something I have found I really enjoy. It grips really well to either a skin tint or your foundation. I have used this several times since that video and really enjoyed how my makeup lasted all day too. Again, I think this one was also $1. Buildable foundation. I ended up really loving the way that my skin looked because it was kind of more like a skin tint vibe because you could still see my freckles, but I could build it up to get more coverage so my face still looked really even, looked really nice all day long. And this is good for mixing. So if you are like me and you struggle really hard to have that consistent shade throughout the year or as seasons change, these are $1 and you could go get another one to mix, to match, to have your perfect concoction. And I love that so much. Their liquid concealer is a little thick, so a little dab will do ya. It'll last you a really long time, but it's also great on the lids to add in some color and some shimmer shadows, which I did in that video. It concealed the under eyes super well, wasn't creasing. And again, this is all cruelty-free quality makeup that is inexpensive. I still can't believe it. And their brow products, I've used every single day. I have a lot of brow products, as you guys know, that I'm always trying to suss through in my beauty space, and I have not stopped using their slim brow product or their sculpting brow product, and the spoolies on these are super soft. I always think of inexpensive eyebrow products to maybe have a more firm spoolie on the end so it doesn't maybe glide as well and it's a little rough. These are not. These are super soft and I could not believe that. And it's how I've been doing my brows every single day since I got all of these products and I did that initial first impressions with you guys. I have reached back into so many of these products. These two being another one of them. Their setting powder being another one of them. I really liked the brightening loose powder. I found that to be really nice. I'm gonna do a little bit more here on camera, just in case my chin does get a little extra shiny because I put a little highlighter down there. It just is so nice. It's so perfect. You can get a very natural neutral look or you can go glam, whatever you want. I did a full face of first impressions with you guys, really got deep in the weeds on it. Eyeshadows, tools, their sponge, so many things. So I really hope you go check out that video if you just want to hang out and do a get ready with me. Because I know a lot of you guys said when I was polling you guys, you want more get ready with me's with brand new things. So ask and ye shall receive. I made sure to do that for you. $1, so good. Because I know I got some students in the audience. I know I got some moms on a budget in the audience. And that's why I think it's amazing to be able to save money and still have things that are great in quality. And then be able to spend your money elsewhere, like time with your kids, experiences, go on vacation. Still look beautiful because your makeup looks great. I'm also really super excited to tell you that Ace BEAUTE noticed that I was talking about them a lot as well. I usually rave about their eyeshadow palettes, as many of you guys know. I've also loved their pods because they also have, similar to Colourpop, their own glimmer shimmer shadows, and I've really liked these a lot through the years. And they did send me a little goodie bag and a palette. This is the Nostalgia palette, and I had not gotten this one, but some of you guys, when I shared it on my Instagram, said this one may have even gone around in a Boxycharm, or were you guys just talking about the brand in general? Because that's how I was introduced to Ace BEAUTE, was from Boxycharm. So I'm always so grateful when I get to learn about indie brands through subscription boxes and get them an amazing deal. I am now an ambassador for Ace BEAUTE, so I will just go ahead and leave my link below. I did try this new palette that they sent me. Well, new to me. I think this palette's been out for a while, the Nostalgia palette. And I did like a gorgeous sunrise eye look, and I just thought it was so pretty. And I even said, these shimmers do not fall all over your face. I really thought they would. This is something that for spring is super colorful. It's got gorgeous gorgeous mattes. It's got some gorgeous shimmers in it. This is super colorful, but a lot of fun. And I was really excited to get to play with these. And the fact that they stick to your eyes, you don't even need an eyeshadow primer because they're that good. Like, you guys, so cute, so pretty, so fun. Sometimes makeup needs to be fun again. Now, before I get all of these colors on a white tank top, I'm gonna wash this off. It's gonna take a second though because these are really pigmented. And then I gotta get into some lifestyle things with you. Oh, actually I need to talk about Colourpop first. Hold on. So I talked in not too recent of a video, I would say within the last 3 to 4 months, about a Colourpop Super Shock shadow that was more of a topper, and that I was super disappointed in it because when you order online, because especially since Colourpop, you don't get everything in the stores, you order a lot of it online. Sometimes they don't have swatches for some of their older Super Shock shadows or some of their products on there. So I was really on the hunt for a dupe for a product that they don't sell anymore. And I so wish they sold some of their older things that just a lot of us loved. And I'm sure all of us could think of a few things from Colourpop that were like, oh my gosh, please bring that back. I would buy 7. This is super old, so please don't judge me for still having it. It is one of my favorites. I can't find anything like it anywhere else. This is a old Super Shock shadow from the Amanda Steele collab. Don't even ask me how long ago that was. Forever ago. Please don't judge me. This is the shade Going Rogue. And what I really loved about this creamy, opaque, nude shade is that it's got some pearl essence to it. They no longer make, I guess that's just not a trend at the moment, the pearl essence style of toppers, shadows anymore. Oh, I have to be so careful with this because it's so crumbly. I have to put some liquid into it to make it a little bit more malleable. But this kind of gives you the idea. You see the pearl tones to it. It makes it look so delicious on the lids. It is super stunning. Like, oh, it's just got that pearl tone to it, right? Like you see it just looks so reflective, but it's not a shimmer. It's just so pretty. It just sits so gorgeously on the lid. You can build it up. You can also wear it down like I'm doing right here, but you still see that shine, right? It's opaque, beautiful. It just gives you that little extra touch, and I love using it on the lids. So I was essentially looking for a replacement for this that does not exist, really. I've even gone to some of the Instagrams that do nothing but Colourpop and asked them, like, what do you think is a good dupe for this? And they're like, oh, I wish they still made that because I don't know either. Long story long, I purchased, trying to find that, a dupe. And I tried their shade Peekaboo because it looked something like it in the pan and they didn't have any good swatches at all on their website. So I bought it thinking I could do that with it. And do you see this? No, you don't. You know why? Because it's a topper. It's not meant to be a shadow. It's like a topper. It's nowhere near it. It's got sparkles in it. You see me going deep, deep, deep into it. Trying to build it up. Okay, you see a little bit more now. All you see is a lot of sparkles though. You see a lot of glitter. And you don't, can you even see that? I don't even know if you can. When you get close to it, you can kind of see it. You don't see this. That's where I'm going with it. You see glitter flecks when you get up close. It looks more like my skin tone. It's a topper, not this. So because of that, I did leave a review on their website just being like, I wish we had better swatches to see. I wish there was more available to look at because I really wanted this. I couldn't find this, yada, yada, yada. So it took about 3 months, 4 months, and then Colourpop emailed me from my review, not on my like YouTube review, but like their website review because they don't really know about my channel. I'm probably way too small for them. And they were like, hey, what else would you like instead? We'll send you something totally different. We want you to be happy with it. And I thought that was so sweet. But I really couldn't remember what I had said in my review, sidebar, so I went to go look for it. I think they deleted the review because they were sending me something else. Is that legal? Are they allowed to do that? I mean, I get that they're making it right, so it's an exchange maybe. But, I mean, I didn't dig for hours and hours or anything, but I couldn't find my review in the 3 and below category, and I'm pretty sure that's what they would have wanted to reach out to me for, is if it was a 3-star or a below. So I'm curious if they deleted it and been like, oh, we're giving her a refund, and by like switching it out. I don't know, but that made me a little suspect. So I did get something that was another fan favorite that I knew at this point I wasn't probably going to be what I was hoping for, but I got the Super Shock Shadow in Ladybird. This is one a lot of people love. Some of you may be already going, yes, girl, that's going to be beautiful. That's on my ring finger. Go right above it. So we're definitely closer, right? I mean, it's still not the same, but super close. It still is more glittery. You still see glitter flecks, whereas in the Going Rogue, you don't. It's just a smooth, pearlescent layer of gorgeousness for the lid. So this still isn't the same thing, but it can at least pretend to be a little bit closer there. I think you can see it there. It's still going to be a little glittery up close, but I think you get where I'm going with this, right? So I was really pleased with that, so I just kind of wanted to leave that be, but I found that a little suspect. Is that okay? Can they delete reviews on a product just because you replaced it? I don't know. I couldn't find it. Maybe I'll do a deep dive into it. I'm not trying to be all scandalous, but I thought that was interesting, you know? Now I've got to get into some amazing lifestyle things that have truly changed the game for me. And I'm going to start really quickly with a weight loss thing, because I know a lot of my friends in the audience have been messaging me on Instagram when I was like, oh, I've lost 6 pounds. This was a little bit ago. I think I'm closer up to 8 now. A lot of people were like, what are you doing? So I don't, this isn't sponsored. They don't know I'm talking about them, but I'm using the app Noom, Noom, and I will have just like a referral code below that anyone could get as far as like getting a free 2 weeks from somebody else that's been doing it. I'll leave that below for you if you're interested. I did the first 2 weeks, and it's the way I've been describing it, it's very tailored to you, because Adam started using it first and then was telling me about it. And then I did the 2-week free trial, and I answered their questions in the beginning, the intro. What do you want to get out of this? What are your goals? When do you want to meet these goals by? And it's a little more over-encompassing rather than just you need to lose weight by this date. It's more broad, and you can really get into the weeds on certain things or not. So based on the way I answered it, I get something different out of this app and this program than Adam does, because I said I wanted to do more of the psychological parts of it to make these things last, stick. What are these healthy habits that can stick with me? It also tracks your water intake. It kind of asks how active you are. So it does all variety of things when you're just answering questions of what do you want to get out of it in the beginning. And I think the main consensus of what most people get out of it are certain things that get ticked off. It's got a calorie counter in it with some logs. So that way what you can do is type in, like if you had an apple, it's already got some things already logged in there that are pretty easy. Some things at the grocery store. It's got a barcode scanner as well. But you can also enter food manually if it's something that maybe you made yourself, or maybe it's just not in the app. Then you can also track your water. You do get on the scale, and I know for some people that's a little like, eek, I don't want to do that. I understand, but it definitely removes the stigma of a scale, and I started doing it. That was the reason I kind of waited, to be honest. I was like, I don't want to get on the scale. I want to be at this part before I get on the scale, which makes no sense, Nichole. And then I just agreed to it, did it. It was way less scary of a number than I thought it was, because I knew the holiday fluff was a thing. And I've just been really gradually losing weight every single week, and you will see how the scale does go up and down naturally. I also like that it helps track what you walk automatically. Like if you have your phone with you, it tracks how far you walk. But if you do exercises as well, what it will do is give you back more calories. I don't know. It's a really cool app. I also get daily courses. You can either listen to them or you can read through them, whatever your preference is. And you learn things throughout. So there's some psychology mixed in with actual action plans to help you achieve your goals. And it's maybe a little like a game, but only with yourself. You're not competing with others or anything. It's something that's worked really well for Adam so far and really good for me. So I thought I would share that because it's something in my life that I'm paying for myself. After the free 2 weeks, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I'm going to tell you because you're my closest thousands of friends. I was going to cancel because I was like, it's kind of pricey. I don't think I can afford it because of the cost at this moment. And then they gave me a deal for like $19 a month or something like that, which I thought, you know what, my subscription boxes were more than that. So, and this is an investment in myself, in my body, the person I am on a daily basis. So I'm worth 19 bucks a month. So that's what I've been doing it for, because it is pricier than that. So that's just the little hack to get it a little cheaper. Again, they don't know I'm talking about them, and hopefully they don't come for my account for sharing that with my thousands of friends here. Whoops. But that's something I've been doing for my lifestyle, just to get a little healthier, because over the Christmas break, I could tell I was just kind of just eating a lot of carbs, doing whatever I wanted, and I'm just kind of like trying to rein it back in. Okay, so one of the next things I have to tell you about is something else that's gonna be preparing you for spring and summer. If you are anything like me and you really like to wear maybe some tops that don't have straps, sleeveless, or just some really cute things where maybe you show your back more. I have struggled for a long time. I think I even asked in a recent video if you guys have any tips on some like sticky bras or things like that. Let a girl know, because I am naturally bustier. And that tends to be an issue where maybe it'll look okay at first, and then throughout the day it'll slump or my back will start hurting. So I was super duper excited to try this brand new product to me that I couldn't wait to share with you guys. And I have tried it for an entire day wearing a completely strapless top, and it has changed the game for a big busty girl to wear still the cute things that I want to wear that are maybe backless or sleeveless, shoulderless, whatever it is. I'm super excited to say that Bring It Up, a brand that does breast shapers, reached out to me and asked if I wanted to try some of their products. Hopefully your girl does not get demonetized by YouTube for saying this, so give me some thumbs up and help a girl out with this, because I really need to tell you guys. I know I have a lot of other ladies in my audience who are either bustier but like to wear cute clothes, or you're a mom and your body's a little different. Like I said, I've been going through menopause now for the past few years, and I know my body's adjusting, but I still want to be able to wear what I enjoy. And I think women's health and women's fashion is absolutely not, it should not be off the table to discuss, because we are talking about the girls. Since I am a bustier woman and they are a bit bigger, I'm more of like a double D girl. I used both of these and I am obsessed. So the first one here, if you happen to have a smaller breast, this will actually be a shaper. So what you can do is have a little bit of lift to you while you're wearing your sticky bra. There's a section for your nipple that doesn't have any adhesive on it, and then you just kind of like push it up to be able to lift your breast up as it is holding them. These are reusable for 20 times or more, and it's 100% silicone shaper. And when I tell you these dramatically lifted, they did. But that's not all, because I am bustier. So the brand was so sweet to send me their instant breast lift, and I put this on first and then I put this on, and it was like a double lift. When I tell you my back didn't hurt in the middle of the day from not wearing a real bra, I could not believe it. And I'm gonna do a really quick reaction to me seeing what they look like side by side here with you on camera, because I have not looked yet, but I did do some videos that I'm gonna be showing you and some photos to give you the before and after of what this looks like. Really quickly though, these are the instant lifters, and this has been so great for being able to really lift. Like, that's what really I think helped me at first a lot, was just kind of like lift the girls up, and then when I put the bra on top of it, it was like another level of support. That was a game changer for me personally. I could not believe it. They're also waterproof and hypoallergenic, so if you have sensitive skin, which I do, that has been really nice. I've not had any issues. It wasn't itchy. I do live in Florida, and it has been slowly getting warmer, so it's not like it wasn't warm out when I did this, and they stayed all day. That was the true test, because like at first you could have on a sticky bra and it's fine for a little bit, right? The generic kinds. But when you have something that gives you more support, I could not believe it that it lasted all day. All right, now I'm gonna look at the before and afters that I'm about to show you guys, and I don't even know what I'm gonna think about it. Let's see. I'm really curious to see how much of a difference I'm gonna personally notice. Wearing the same top, different days. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, so not to not to talk bad about myself or my chest, because our bodies are beautiful no matter what, but definitely I see the lift difference in the side by sides. I can absolutely tell that I'm a little droopier in just the regular bandeau bra. The other one that I'm wearing even has like wires and cups to it, so it's supposed to be lifting and supporting, but compared to the Bring It Up products together, it is not. Like, you can definitely see a huge difference in the side-by-sides and in the front. I'm even noticing I look, and this may be a weird thing for my eye, but because the Bring It Up is all up front and not on the side, I even look thinner on the edge on the side of my body with the Bring It Up products, and I did not anticipate that. Oh my gosh. I'm just sitting here staring going, wow, the lift is actually pretty noticeable. I also know it felt different. Like, that was the biggest thing for me, was feeling the difference, but seeing it too. It's like I got a free boob job. a boob lift. I'm really appreciative that not only did Bring It Up reach out to me to try these, but also that they are sponsoring this portion of my video. Thank you so much for giving those of us with a bigger bust like an opportunity to be able to be free from the terrible wires and be comfortable and have support all day. But also, if you do have a smaller bust, A, B, or C, they do have perfect sizes for you as well. And you may not need the second piece. You may only need the one piece to conceal and lift at the same time, which is so perfect. It really is such a huge difference. And like I said, they also have them in clear and nude, a variety of sizes. I am super grateful that a product like this exists, because I still want to wear my cute stuff this spring and summer, but I want to be supported and not have back pain as well. And I want to look lifted, and I cannot believe how lifted I look. And now, one of the other things I have to tell you about is this stunning Italian leather handmade, handcrafted handbag from Teddy Blake. Some of you guys probably remember, if you have seen on Instagram or my videos, I became obsessed with their lines last year. The handbag I got from them last year, I have used every single day. I stopped switching up my handbags, and I'm someone who likes a little bit of variety with handbags from time to time, because handbags, if you did not know, are my other obsession outside of makeup. I have quite a bit, especially for a tiny house as far as makeup goes, and as far as handbags are concerned, same thing. I love a good quality handbag. A good handbag will last. It will be worth the investment because it's something you can use ongoing year after year after year, and I love something that has some of my personal style to it. This one though, I have to tell you, is probably my new favorite because of the style it is and the functionality of it. But I do have to tell you, yes, this is a luxury item. However, Teddy Blake does this at a fraction of the cost. That's what still blows my mind, and why I still tell family members when they're asking me, hey, what's a good handbag? Because you know the obvious ones. You know Louis Vuitton, you know Coach, you know all of the variety of very bougie things out there. Those are in the thousands, and most Italian leather handbags are also in the thousands. These are not. These are in the hundreds. This handbag that normally is $745, they're selling it on their website for $459. And yeah, it's all real. It's gorgeous. It's stunning. It has tippers. It is literally holding all of my life together in it right now. And I have loved talking and working with this brand, even behind the scenes, because they're not dealing with very inexpensive products either. Like, they ship their products with such care that when you receive your handbag, it's like you're having your own bougie moment, and it is so beautiful. They have a lot to choose from, so it is really hard to pick one, but once I saw this bag, I fell in love so hard with the Vanessa Palmetto 14-inch. This one is in the shade orange. They have a lot of different shades, but as a lot of you guys know, I tend to be a little bit more vibrant, a little colorful, so I fell in love with this gorgeous golden orange tone bag. So this one here, if you're curious, also has handles up here, but then it also has the big over-the-shoulder arm piece, which is nice. And yes, this is pretty big, but honestly, I have been traveling a lot around, just even like town, with like a notebook, backup makeup. I like to be able to fit Penny and Cooper in here if I want to. I love a big bag. I've always loved a big bag. My other one is more structured that I received from them. Hold on, I'll get it. All right, and just like with eyeshadow palettes, some of them are similar. I don't want you guys to say the same thing Adam said when I showed it to him, and he goes, Are they the same, but one's a little bigger? No, they're very different. And as I'm sure as my friends, you'll see the difference. The one that I got from them last year is smaller. It's way more structured and it kind of has a sleeker look. You can't carry maybe as much in it, but this has been my go-to. It's also a bit of a deeper orange tone. I loved the locks up top. And it actually has a lot of division in here. I have an old mask in there in case you're curious. It's actually not old, it's a fresh mask to be washed, but it was like my backup. It also has the little foots at the bottom, and again, Italian leather. It is stunning. And I've said before, in case it's a little confusing, because I get why it would be, I do like Italian leather handbags. I have a couple of other really nice luxury handbags in my little collection that I do have of quality designer handbags. For me, makeup, it feels a little bit more disposable. It feels like something you're only going to have for a certain amount of time. And when you do what I do here on my channel, you kind of go through some makeup. Some things get decluttered, some things you keep in love. It seems like there's a cycle to it. So I do choose to be cruelty-free with my makeup. As far as a handbag goes, it lasts the test of time, something that you can have forever, as long as you take care of it and that it's solid. Like, this is something I've had for a year now, and you can see how beautiful it is. Actually very different shades of orange. Usually the orange changes my white balance, so if it looks a little different, that's why. This one is definitely more of a vibrant bright. This one is a little bit more of a burnt orange. So you can see they're different, right? Somebody call Adam and tell him they're different. And it has my entire life in it right now. It's got my wallet, it's got my masks, it's got some backup makeup in here. It is huge and I am so obsessed. And by huge, I just kind of mean more like I could use this as a briefcase for work if I needed to. I could have some notebooks in here. I could put Penny in here. It's fine. I love a big bag. I do. What is so great about Teddy Blake, though, is that their prices are all like that. They're all really reasonable because they're passing the savings on to you. And yes, these are made in Italy. Yes, these are handcrafted Italian source materials with unique designs, but the quality is so amazing that the deals are passed on to you. What Teddy Blake really hits home on is that you get to enjoy luxury handbags without the true designer cost. So you may be loving and looking at this bag online or in the store that's like $1,200. This one is $459. You know what I mean? And look at how big it is. Look how well made it is. And then this one, let me see what this costed. This one from last year is the Shara, and this one is $519. Again, I have worn this, used this every single day. Didn't switch my bag for a year. And it looks brand spanking new. The quality is outstanding. So as you guys know, I do like a deal. I'm a little bit of a babe on a budget, but I like quality things. Just like my makeup, when I'm telling you about certain brands that are really inexpensive and $1, but quality makeup. It's kind of the same thing with the handbags, you guys. I love them. I use them. I'm not a delicate tulip. I'm not hard on my products, but I am, I'm doing my day. I'm chasing my dogs. I'm going places with my husband. I'm in hot weather here in Florida, and these products still look super stunning. So I'm just saying, if you like luxury items and you want it at a deal, Teddy Blake is absolutely someone I would recommend for sure. They're not paying me to say this. This is just a product that I truly enjoy, have loved for a year. And now I have used this one for about 2 weeks now, and I could see this becoming my brand new staple. It's great for an overnight bag, great for a work bag, great for a briefcase. But honestly, I could take it. I take it everywhere with me because I love it so much. I am going to have a link for you guys. Please check it out below. I'm so excited to get to work with Teddy Blake again, and I just think their purses are high quality, and there's a variety of styles. So if you like a smaller bag, something a little bit more demure, something that you can just grab and go, they have a variety of options. Oh, you guys, I feel like I have been talking and talking your ear off, but now I definitely have to get into some shout outs. I love talking to you guys every single month, and I'm just going to do it on the fly this month. Sometimes I can pre-prep them, but other times I just want to be able to sit down with you guys and roll through it. Let's see, what do we got here? Maria R., you and I are like, we're like soul sisters in another way. I talked to you on Instagram. I talked to you here. She's letting me know about the full face of makeup with the Shop Miss A, that she has only tried the Pawpaw Super Wonder Blender sponge. It was $1.55 and she loved it, but she's been curious about the other items. Ooh, Chrissy F, thank you so much for commenting on that last video as well. And she's in here saying that she really likes affordable things too and giving me some of her suggestions, some cream bronzers and blushes she likes. Thank you so much, Chrissy. I love getting feedback from you guys and what other things you are loving and trying, especially if it's a great deal. Babyface girl, I see you all the time when I am doing my videos. I don't think you miss a video, and I'm so appreciative of you. She said she's always wanted to try the AOA line, and she's had a cart going for a while, so she really appreciates. Man, you go on forever about what, not that that's a bad thing, I love hearing from you guys, about how I liked the makeup, and I love when you guys tell me what you're drinking and snacking on. She was telling me she was having coffee. Ooh, Erin let me know. Erin Bisson, you let me know that the AOA Buildable foundation is better than the Paw Paw foundation for you. Okay, that's good. Linda Dolans, hey girl, she said she had to find me again and resub. Okay, sometimes YouTube does that, so be sure to be subscribed. Double check sometimes with your favorite content creators because YouTube is going through it all the time, it feels like. So thank you for refinding me and resubscribing. Fairy Waters girl, I see you in every video as well, and you go in depth. I think you just went on for an entire paragraph telling me about what you like from CoverGirl and some other face mists. Thank you guys so much for watching, and you just never know when you could be shouted out in my next faves and fails, or when I'm gonna get an idea from one of you guys and do a whole video based on it. I love hearing from you guys, so let me know more of the things you want to see below. And thank you so much for watching. If you do happen to be new to my loud, weird, crazy, unique channel, hi new friends. I really do hope you take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below. I'm seeing in my analytics a lot of lurkers, but not a lot of subscribers. Please join in. It really does help my little channel to grow. Share this with your friends if this is something you think they would enjoy. Every little bit helps with YouTube understanding what you're liking and helps push my little channel out even further. I have so many great things coming for you guys in March. I cannot wait to share them with you. Bye, friends.